Going to have a brand new draft here. We got a little bit of a taste of what the other panelists on the BM side is looking like.
They look very comfy.
Yeah, they get couches. They get couches, and I'm upset about that until M6. I hope we get couches in M6. That'd
We
be great.
can crash it right in.
I don't think that'd be a good idea. I think there is a lot of Johorians between us and them, and I don't want to go through that mess. Now, Vamos is going to be on blue side, SRG on the red side. Let's get to the show, finally. This game on the road. Fanny, Yves, and as well as Phovius, the expected bans coming out for the side of Vamos. SRG ban out the Chip, and as well as Jushin. Are they getting rid of Suyo? There he is.
There we go.
Okay. Now, no Suyo, no Zushin.
So we talked about that Gato Gacha as well as the possible Cho pick,
yep.
right? So it's more on the fact that it's more on Vamos. Which one do they prioritize more? Do they want to give Zorn that comfort pick, or do they want to play based on the current meta whereby people are just looking for counter engage over and over again, with Gato Gacha being very high priority and being high pick rate, not necessarily on the B1 that much.
As B1... Oh, wait, hold on.
Valentina.
Interesting.
Not exactly very B1-y as well.
Yeah, that's the thing. I feel like Valentina is going to be a hard read onto SRG side to say, hey, you guys have to be wary of what ultimates you are giving me, whether it be the Gatot or even the High Loss.
And I haven't seen for a while, we are having a first pick Valentina. It's usually a respawn pick. What is now gonna pick? Okay, Alpha and the Hylos. Now aggressive fighters and frontliners as well for the side here of SRG. I think again they're sticking to being aggressive here for the side of SRG. I love it. They have to sustain again, but still I'm not seeing the Cho pick. I think Sorn playing a great game on the Cho. This is the time here that they want Sorn to have the momentum as well. He's playing bad on the game one with a Cho, with a comfort pick. I think this what Vamos needs right now. Sorn skyrocketing, having a great game rather in the early stage of the game. Cho will be a great pick here.
I do like the Cho idea, but it looks like they're going to go with Gatot once more. I think Gatot is still flexible.
Still flexible, yeah.
Although I will say that it's rather bold. It feels like they kind of want to just play two of their comforts right now, right? I feel like Zorn is like, okay, give me, sorry, not Zorn, but in this case, Nets, give me the carry. I'm expecting another tank anyway from the side of SRG. At the very minimum, at least allow me to play the game.
So at least with the flexibility from the side of Gato Gacha, we could still possibly see the Cho. We are not ruling that out just yet, especially since they picked up a carry. Carry is going to be very good when it comes down to actually singling out people, or rather taking out people that have been singled out.
Oh, okay. So Vexana going to be the next pickup for the side of SRG. That's kind of interesting because when you see the Valentina and then you're playing Vexana into Vexana High Loss as your own team, it feels like now Valentina already does pretty well against the High Loss, especially with that fear. But you could actually slow down the follow-up by dropping your own mini Lord.
Okay, I can see that. I can see that one. But again, mobility is still in favor here for the side of Vamos. If they can catch, of course, for the side of SRG. We know the Glorious Pathway has slows, and with the follow-up here with Eternal Guard, yes, they can catch one. But is it enough, though? I think Alpha, yes, will prove the additional damage here, but the mobility, again, for the side of Vamos, they can escape.
Yeah, and SRG deciding to ban out Marth is very interesting. Coach Arcadia really trying to lock down what Chibi is capable of playing. Force him into something like Nolan, which is a lot more punishable in comparison to Martis, who can kind of power through your composition, if not slow down the engage.
And not to forget, when it comes down to the side of Chibi, Vamos wants to be fast, and at this point in time, a lot of these assassins takes time to eventually skill. Aside from Fanny, which has already been banned, right now what's available onto the board is definitely going to be Nolan, Julian, as well as Link. It's very likely going to be an either-or between Nolan as well as Julian. So SRG, ooh, okay, there's that too, considering that there is pretty beefy frontline from the side of Hylos and Alpha.
Okay, alright.
Guys, do you think Bane is viable here for the side of Vamos?
I think Bane is really viable here.
Yeah.
I think it's really good as well. Because again, they've already got Carry as their dedicated tank buster. Having the X-Borg as well might feel like overkill, but at least they kind of work in tandem with each other. Yep. One peels, the other one is able to kind of create space, and then Carry is just going to shred the rest of them.
Yeah. With a hard engage right now, we're seeing Alpha Spirit of Alpha, of course, Hylos with the Glorious Pathway. It's all heavy engagers. Once those ultimates are up, there's go in and or no go out, rather. This kind of play style, right? With the Bane right now, Deadly Catch, they can manage to counter that one.
That means SRG, they have to keep that in mind, right? If they are expecting a Bane, do they have a support pick that could maybe change the outcome, or are they just going to purely focus on the lanes and just play around that mid trio? I think at this point, gold lane pick doesn't seem like a bad idea. Harith gets locked in. Harith's been doing pretty poorly in the playoffs, but against Carry, a classic matchup, I think he'll do fine.
Yep, so no way that we're going to be looking at Lunox. Harith is still going to be doing pretty darn fine. Carry doesn't have a lot of range, so being poked right out by the Synchro Vision is something that Harith would absolutely love. Now, SRG also, they absolutely love their roaming trio and how they want to play around it. One thing that we need to remember as well is that Hylos is still a rather flexible pick. Vamos, they opted to ban both the Matilda as well as Khalid, hints out onto mobility to ensure that they will be able to cripple SRG, whether the final form, whichever the final pick is gonna be. They just want to make sure that they are gonna be slower.
Oh yes!
There we go. Chibi and as well as Zorn's pick, Nolan and Cho. Their signatures getting locked in. Vamos. This composition, I think the only one being smooth who was like, okay, I guess if somebody has to get shafted in the draft, I'll take the Gado Kacha, but everybody else, 4 comfort picks for the side of Vamos, and we're expecting them to play really fast.
Again, this is what I want, man. Vamos needs again to go for the comfort picks, and now this is what you get here in the game 2. But now, on the SRG side, I'm looking forward for the Tigreal here, but you know, there's a Valentina on the other side, but Tigreal in the draft for the side of SRG is pretty good.
But there's a Valentina on the Vamos side.
That's the thing.
That they might want to play an EXP Hilda if they want to go fast.
Ooh, I like that.
Oh yeah, yeah. I think that's great.
Actually, yeah, no, actually, the Hilda actually sounds insane right now.
Nice,
Great
nice.
catch, Abstract. Really good catch there. 50% win rate so far. I mean, Kram has had up and down performances. When he's not on form, doesn't look very good. But when he's on form, very, very dominating. Which probably was the signal when we saw the Khalid get banned out from the side of Vamos. With that being said, what are your thoughts? What comps are you guys leaning towards to?
Oh, honestly, both are great, but honestly, I just like a fast-paced game coming from the side of SRG.
Well, with that being said, let's throw it over to casters. Husky, Staffa, take it away.
Thank you very much to our panel again. Hard work tonight, but like I said, right, Staffa? Night is still young, celebration is still going, the Thunderdome is still echoing the roars and cheers from the Ultras and also the Vamos fans. We're about to head into game number 2, and this time, colors match the drape. With Vamos on blue side, with Slam Red Giants on red side. Walk us through this.
Thank you very much for being patient with us, ladies and gentlemen. The land of Glon, we're finally back and talking about walking us through this Husky. First off, SRG, early game, not too bad at all. Their early to mid-game scaling is pretty darn good, actually, if they can play around skies. Vamos, they've got some tools to work with themselves. If Cho and Nolan can start making things happen, they can definitely find the early game momentum they are looking for. But they've got a Hylos Hilda double revitalized comp to deal with.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, we're looking at a parallel jungling path. And the panel, they mentioned something important, right? 4 out of 5 picks on Team Vamos' side are at signatures. Carry, Cho, Nolan, Valentina, whereas for SRG, we're seeing, you know, Innocent on that Harith, but everyone else, well, maybe Stormy and the Vexana, but everyone else is not really what they're known for, but it's something that they have been very comfortable with.
Yeah, more of their heroes are recent acquisitions compared to the Vamos side, which are more regular season mainstays. So having these signature picks should help out a lot. Vamos right now, already 1 game down, needs a bit of a momentum shift to get them going in the grand finals. Again, SRG, I am impressed every single time by how adaptable they are as a team. One discussion is all it took them, but hold on.
Kick into a knockup, into a taunt, first blood for Vamos. SRG looking to respond, but unfortunately, there's no way in.
And that's what they're looking for. This is what we talked about. Play around the Zorn and Chibi, get early kills, find that momentum. They were even able to power through the Revitalize from Cram to try and save Skies, but when you're 2v4 like that, it's unlikely you're going to survive. Vamos needs to keep up this pressure, this pattern. Otherwise, SRG, though, are still in an okay position.
Yeah, Cram's not even for just yet, and it's not hitting for any time soon. The Revitalize, not enough. Chibi picks up that one, and Vamos off to a start.
Oh, that's what I mentioned, right? Keep up the pattern, keep up the pressure. That's what they're doing. They're even picking off members that should actually be fairly durable in the early game. It's not much of a net worth lead still, but with the first hurdle in the hands of Chibi, Team Vamos are already looking better for now.
It might look even better if they get this kick, right? Innocent still not in tower range, but at least he was able to get into a safe corner. And I mean, we had a bit of a stall leading up to this point. You think that kind of affects the momentum that SRG has acquired in that after that first game? Oh, we'll see. Maybe this one can change it around. Zone. This could be his escape. It actually is. AOG from Smooth catches on the Slick Eyes, finds the taunt onto 2. Revitalize from Hume might not be enough, and it isn't. As Vamos picks up a double, acquired by Warlord. Innocent finally takes out Smooth, but it needed a bit more than that. Cram comes in, looks for Warlord, goes through the bush. There's a terrified fact. Warlord knows he is safe, and the great escape for Vamos pulls through.
A beautiful combo there. Warlord stealing the glorious pathway to slow down Yums and Skies to set up for the Avatar, the Guardian. And because Vamos already have a bit of a lead, they are able to start translating that. Innocent, despite his best attempts, wasn't actually able to find much from that, despite doing all that damage. So this is very, very good for Vamos. We already know how fast Chibi can farm if he has some kills under his belt.
So this is Vamos' favorite position, right? Being able to go fast and step on the gas. They fight when they're ahead, they fight more when they're behind. But in this case, when the turtle is in their control and all these lanes have potential to collapse, it feels like they are definitely in that zone. Innocent chasing for Zorn. Zorn wants to look for the kick, can't find it. Innocent now has help with Humes. Unfortunately, no follow-up, so Nest and Zorn both get out.
Very close though. Zorn, if he hadn't been stunned by Law and Order, would have gotten a great angle to kick Innocent into nets. So Yum saved him there, but wasn't able to continue the pursuit to take out Zorn either. We are seeing why this Cho is his signature, why he is the originator of the Jeet Kune Do. He's so good at dashing in and out of these fights. He knows his limits.
And that's the full combo onto Zorn. Revitalize keeps him alive, and GB finds a chance to come in with Smooth. And everyone from Vamos comes in for the pickup. Collection onto Sakai, the jungler of SRG, just got killed the third time.
It's not often you see Valentina stealing Glorious Pathway, but in this game, combined with the Gatot, it is such a good combo.
And it's so tough, even for Cram to move. They want to help each other, but they might as well reunite in the grave. Humes falls, mega kill for Warlord. Second turtle for Team Vamos.
At this point, Vamos is officially outpacing the Selangor Red Giants. Very good use of combos and utility. And Zorn being the one to set things up by wasting resources. SRG need to learn that they just don't have enough burst yet to actually take him out before the fight starts. There needs to be a different angle of approach. Otherwise, Vamos is just gonna keep going.
And Sakai can get locked out of his own jungle. Top tier 1 falls. Nets finds space. 2 assists. Deathless at this point. But look at Vamos' goal lead. 3.5k as a baseline.
3.5k in 5 minutes is huge. It is very, very good. And oh! Chibi continuing to expand that with a killing spree.
Take a lot of that. That's the first death for Stormy this game. Just fractured in an instant. SRG, what's the plan right now? Because they have no control over majority of the map, including the objectives.
The play with this draft was just to survive any early attempts that Vamos would throw at them with Revitalize and overall bulk. But very early rotations with 3 or 4 members to gank lanes and deny lane priority, something that Red Giants always look for, has given Vamos exactly the position they want in this game. Selangor Red Giants, they do still have some scaling in Innocent, but overall they are going to fall behind Vamos in the late game. They have to make something happen quickly, or this game too will go to the blue side.
Even when you look at the gold lane matchup, Ness is a level ahead of Innocent. Sakai had to use that ult to escape. Top tier 2 going down means that Team Vamos gains majority of the access on the top side. So far, the theme has been, whichever team gets a big lead wins the game. What is the comeback condition for SRG?
For SRG, ideally you want to slow down the game and avoid taking team fights to allow yourself to get 1 or 2 more items. Then Yums and Cram will be tanky enough and Innocent will be able to do his DPS. Vamos though is not a team that's going to let that happen. So space needs to be forcefully created, and that may mean sacrificing 1 or 2 players to becoming irrelevant.
Zorn just prepping on the Jikundo. Smooth getting stunned up by the Law and Order, but there's a Stolen Glory's pathway. Flicker, kick on a tool. Slick Guys gets caught, but SRG, they want to collapse. GB fights the turtle, but Smooth goes down. Team Vamos, have they bit on more than they could chew? It seems like that's the case. So SRG gets away with 1, but Innocent once more. It's all about going forward. It's all about stepping on the gas, but he himself will fall in the process.
Really nice adjustment from Team Vamos. When that fight started, I thought it was too scattered. They weren't all in to try and take out the Red Giants, and that gives them time to heal up with Revitalize, but turns out they were actually the ones baiting them into a corner. They knew that the Red Giants would try to re-engage. Chibi hit in a great spot to be able to poke down Innocent, and the snowball is really starting to go out of control now.
That's sitting really good on this carry at this point. 1 kill and 2 assists. The only thing that's holding this thread together for SRG is definitely that mid-tier 1. They want to look for something on the Zorn, but it's also pretty tanky. They want to execute. Good taunt from Smooth. Zorn once more escaped.
The number of times that Zorn has escaped from a tree man. Oh, Chibi.
Oh, he overextended, but still durable.
Vamos is just getting out of all of these sticky situations. Red Giants are literally piling bodies on top of them, and yet they are not able to catch them. They don't have a lot of reliable CC, but should, on paper, have heroes that are very good at chasing people down. Unfortunately, when they're this behind, it's difficult for them to try and attempt overly aggressive action. And Team Vamos is taking advantage of that to the fullest. They are willing to overextend. This is a team that's already traditionally quite okay with just jumping at the opponent. When they're this far ahead, you can bet they're gonna do a lot more than that.
Good awareness from SRG, because Chibi was looking for an isolation kill. But the eagerness to defend this mid-tier 1 means that SRG sacrifices both side lane tier 2s. And that's going to lead to an eventual fall in the mid-tier 1. Look at Chibi, right? Setting up the top wave. That whole issue is going to be gone. Nothing that SRG can do about it. Chibi might even get an inhibitor.
I'm pretty sure Net stole that purple buff as well, just by himself, just by doing damage. You can see how oppressive the grasp of Vamos becomes when they have a lead like this. This is a very momentum-based lineup, and they know what to do with it. Just continuing the macro to map, Chibi knows where to find farm at the same time.
They even find a ton of Yums. Just cannot escape the smooth criminal. It's Vamos with the first Lord.
Things are not looking good for the Selangor Red Giants. And that means that Vamos are feeling themselves. 10 kills to 2, 8k gold lead at the 10-minute mark. A Lord already claimed. At this stage, I think it's very unlikely that SRG is going to be able to make a comeback. Their lineup just doesn't suit it.
Man, look at that separation from Smooth again. Chibi now can do whatever he wants. Innocent will fight him though. Innocent! Big shutdown. Smooth on top of him. When Net's coming in, he's going to fall. Consolation prize, I suppose, if you are SRG, finding that Chibi, but still Vamos wins the trade.
Oh, Vamos just... Oh!
Not done just yet. It's never done. And Yums wants that pathway to get out, and he will. Who's gonna defend the structure though? Ness flickers into it, Stormy falls! And Vamos steps on the gas. There's only one way forward, and that's the Crystal. Equalizer could be a possibility. Smooth, he's still around. No help just yet. Yums has to fall back. SRG finally finds room to breathe.
I think it's fairly safe to say at this point that the game is over. Nets is online, and when he's on the carry pick, he's so good at managing his positioning. Innocent has made comebacks happen before in the past, but Harif as a hero is not very suited for those kinds of situations. At this stage, unless Vamos make a massive blunder, there is no coming back from this.
I do like the feeling of hunger, guys. Of the constant starvation, right? Nothing to sate the appetite. always getting outdone, outpaced by Chibi, but maybe this is the fight they're looking for, right? It's on Zorn, his commitment, smooth space the battle line, but Zorn will fall. Another big taunt from School. He is just the brick wall, the guardian of Team Vamos.
At the 12-minute mark, SRG are able to punish Zorn for the first time in the entire game. And at this point, Nets is the one you have to be more worried about. Again, I stand by my words. Game 2, Vamos pretty much have it in the bag, and they're gonna try and shove it straight down the middle.
5 more seconds for Yums, 6 more for Sukais. Vamos will settle for the second inhibitor this game. SRG, we've seen them in this position before, right? This is not the first time they're put so behind. This is not the first time that their heads will hang at the gallows. But once Team Vamos gets that ball going, we see how much of an impact it had. Look at Todak in the upper bracket finals. It was basically a death sentence.
Yeah, we know that there's a lot of factors these teams need to watch out for nowadays. In this meta, while it is true a comeback can come at any time, having a lead like this gives you a lot of leeway. And Zorn is going to use that leeway. He's already so good at playing when they're even. When he knows that it's going to take SRG committing almost all of their resources just to take him out, he's going to gladly stand in front of them and recall spam.
Yeah, we're trying to beat the master at this game. It's just not easy, especially when Smooth is right there. That taunt, so deadly. And Vamos, I think, just spotted where Innocent is. And Zorn is going for it. Innocent, when he dashes away the chrono dash, Chibi comes in and that's the collapse. Vamos saw it from a mile away. And this is just not fair. If you're SRG, godlike for Warlord, Zorn with the flicker kick, they want the full wipeout. Grab, you can hightail out of your own base because Vamos is coming for you. And that means Vamos will take Juego Numero 2.
It was already preordained early on in